Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kelly Wicker and I'm super excited to have you here today. We made it to video number 60. Can you believe it? I sure can't. I'm so excited to be here and share my love for making cards and videos with y'all. Now let's jump into the Halloween card making fun because I've got one more spooky card to share with you this season. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Alright y'all, let's get into the Halloween spirit with today's card project. First up, you'll need the Spellbinders Dancin Mummy cutting dies. This is it, because what's a spooky scene without a dancing mummy? We'll also be using the Spellbinders Pumpkins and Ghosts press plate to add some haunting details. For the card panel, we're going to be grabbing the largest die from the A2 Matting Basics B die set, because we're going to be trimming the card panel down with that. Next, you're going to want to get out your Spellbinders, BetterPress, Letterpress, A2 cotton card panels, and Porcelain Brilliant White, perfect for sharp impressions with the BetterPress system. And now for the fun part, you're going to want to get out Distress Oxide inks, you're going to want to get out Shaded Lilac, Villainous Potion, and Black Soot. These shades will create a beautifully blended purple background for that eerie Halloween vibe. You'll also see a few extra colors out here. I have Lost Shadow out and Hickory Smoke because we're going to do some distressing on the mummy once we have the pieces cut out. And then you're going to want to get out your BetterPress ink and black. I have the small BetterPress ink here. I will have it linked below in the description box with all my affiliate links listed. And then to add some shimmer and extra spookiness, we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab out our Halloween mica stains. We're going to get out Hocus Pocus and Ominous Twilight. And then we're going to get out some Spritz of Distress Spritz and Wilted Violet for that magical ghostly glow. Don't forget to get out your Platinum 6 die cutting machine and your BetterPress system to bring everything together. So without further ado, let's dive into the Halloween card making fun, y'all. Before we get started, I want to show you the card I made. I'm absolutely haunted by how it turned out. But today we're going to switch things up a bit and we're going to trim the card panel down. You'll see why later on in the video. I will compare the two so you can see why I trimmed it down. What do you spooky crafters think? Are you into making interactive cards like this? Let me know in the comments below. And let me show you what I mean by interactive. So let me move the card around. And you can see the legs dance. See how they sway back and forth? Isn't that fun? And then of course I thought I had to add the googly eyes. I thought those were perfect for this card. Let me bring it closer up to the camera so you can see all the sparkle and shine and shimmer from those mica stains and the Distress Spritz. Super fun. The camera doesn't do it justice. You have to see it in person. But check that out. I love it. So, and don't forget, if you enjoy this spectacular content, be sure to like and subscribe. Your support keeps the Halloween magic alive, and I'm so grateful for it. Thanks a ton, and happy haunting. It's time to jump into the spectacular card making fun. I've got my new waffle flower grip mat ready to hold down my card panel. It's a total game changer for keeping things in place. I finally got one. I'm so glad I did. And of course, I've got my Distress Oxide inks in Shaded Lilac, Villainous Potion, and Black Soot, all set for some eerie, beautiful ink blending. Let's get started on this hauntingly fun project. We're starting off with Shaded Lilac to lay down the soft, spooky base. Let's get blending. And I like to keep my paper towel roll handy to clean off my brushes as I go. A little trick I picked up from Kathy Zilski. It really helps keep those colors nice and smooth. Now we're going in with Villainous Potion and blending it around the edges of the card panel to darken things up and add some more spooky depth. This shade really brings out those rich, eerie purples, perfect for our Halloween vibes. Let's keep the blending going. Now we're bringing Shaded Lilac back in to soften those edges and blend everything together for a smooth transition. This will help create the perfect eerie glow across the card panel, keeping it spooky but oh so smooth. Let's keep blending. It's time for the final color, Black Soot. We're going to blend this around the outer edges of the panel to really darken things up and give it that spooky, shadowy look. This will add the perfect amount of contrast to make those purples pop. Let's finish off this eerie blend. We just went in one more time with Villainous Potion to deepen that purple and smooth out the transition before wrapping up the blending. Now that everything looks perfectly spooky, it's time to clean up our grip mat and get ready for the next steps in our Halloween card making fun. Let's tidy up and keep going. Alright, I've got my splat box all set up here to help contain the mess as we get ready to go in with our sprays. It's a total lifesaver for keeping things tidy while we add that spooky shimmer. Let's grab those Halloween mica stains and Distress Spritz and start spritzing some magic onto this card. In between spritzing, I like to pull out my heat gun to speed up the drying process. It helps set those shimmery sprays quickly so we can keep the Halloween magic going without too much wait time. Let's get that spooky shimmer dried and ready for the next step. The colors for the mica stains I'm using today are Hocus Pocus, Ominous Twilight, and Flickering Candle. Perfect for adding that spooky glow. I'm also bringing in one Distress Spritz, and that's Wilted Violet, for a pop of extra purple shimmer. Mica stains are perfect for adding a ghostly shimmer to your projects. Packed with sparkling mica particles, they catch the light in the creepiest way, giving your backgrounds or die cuts a magical haunted glow. Now we're going to splatter with Flickering Candle for that eerie glowing effect. This part is so much fun. The splatters create a mysterious, unpredictable look, like candlelight flickering in the dark. Let's bring this spooky card to life with some splatter magic. It's time to bring out the heat gun to help dry the background. This helps set those splatters and mica stains quickly so we can keep the spooky fun going. The heat gun really speeds up the process, and it's always exciting to see the shimmer come to life as it dries. Check out this amazing background so far, y'all. The blending, the shimmer, and that spooky vibe are really coming together perfectly. I'm loving how the mica stains and the Distress Spritz add that magical haunted glow. It's turning into the perfect Halloween scene. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now it's time to grab the Spellbinders A2 Matting Basics B die set to help trim down the card panel. This is the one thing I'm changing from the original design because I really want that nice black margin to show when it's all finished. It'll add a sharp contrast and make the spooky purples pop even more. Let's get this trimmed and ready for the next step. The background has now been trimmed down and is ready to go for the next step. That clean, crisp edge is looking fantastic, and it's going to make our design really pop. Let's move on and bring the rest of the spooky card to life. I've got my Spellbinders die cutting machine out along with my BetterPress system because it's time to do some better pressing. This step is going to add that extra detail and really bring our Halloween card to life. Let's get everything set up and start pressing. You can see me here carefully lining up my card panel with the BetterPress plate, making sure it's in just the right spot for that perfect impression. Once it's all lined, I'm grabbing my best ever craft tape to secure it down to the platen. That way, when we run it through the Platinum 6 die cutting machine, it stays in place and the pressure will give us a sharp, detailed press. Let's get this all set up and ready for the spooky goodness. Now it's time to get out the BetterPress ink and BetterPress Black for that bold, crisp impression. We're going to use a pounce and pivot motion to ink up the plate evenly, making sure to cover all those spooky details. Let's get that plate ready for some Halloween magic and run it through our die cutting machine. Now for the big reveal. Let's carefully lift up the card panel and see that spooky design come to life. Check that out. This is always my favorite part, seeing the crisp, bold impression from the BetterPress system. It adds such a professional, haunted vibe to our card. What do you think? It's looking spooktacular already. Now it's time to clean our BetterPress plate using the Hero Art scrubber block and some trusty stamp cleaner that I've had in my craft room for years. This stamp cleaner may be ancient, but hey, it still gets the job done. A quick scrub will help keep our plate in great shape for our next spooky project. Let's clean it up and move on to the finishing touches. Let's get out the Dancin Mummy Die Set and some hammer mill cardstock. It's time to do a little die cutting. I'll be using my Empress Mini off camera since I have already got it set up right here, and it's perfect for these quick cuts. Let's get our mummy all ready to dance on this spooky card. Now we're running it through, and I have to say, I love the Empress Mini so much. The plates seem to be lasting forever. I've had this machine since June, and there's been no warping at all. Oops, I forgot a plate there as I was running it through. It's definitely holding up well, even with all the die cutting I do, and I do a lot of die cutting. Let's finish up and get our spooky pieces ready. Do you guys like playing with the Spellbinders Dancin die sets like this? They are so much fun. Just a little tip, make sure to cut out the legs twice because we want them to be a little bit thicker for when they start dancing. It adds some extra dimension and sturdiness to the card. Let's get those legs ready to groove. I probably should have saved this part for last, but here I am grabbing a little piece of black cardstock for the mummy's face. I know what's coming next. Once we start adding those Distress Oxide inks, the cheeks and eyes might end up turning a bit gray and spooky, but hey, that's all part of the Halloween fun, right? No need to worry though, because those eyes will get completely covered up by some super fun googly eyes. It's going to give our mummy that perfect spooky cute look, and who doesn't love a good set of googly eyes? Let's keep going and embrace the spooky madness. Now we're piecing the legs together. For extra sturdiness, remember we cut the legs out twice. And now we're layering them up to give our mummy a little more thickness for when it's time to get those legs dancing. It adds that nice bit of dimension and durability, which will really make our card stand out. Let's get these spooky legs assembled and ready to groove. I don't have a ton of color cardstock in my craft room, so I love making my own using Distress Oxides. It's such a great way to get exactly the look and colors I want. Plus, it's a lot of fun to customize. Today I'm using Hickory Smoke, Lost Shadow, and Black Soot to distress the mummy pieces. My waffle flower grip mat is going to come in handy here to hold down all the little parts while I blend away. This technique adds so much texture and dimension, and it's really fun to bring the mummy to life with these inky details. Let's get blending. It's so much fun to ink up the die cuts like this because it completely transforms the look of them. There's something so satisfying about taking those plain cardstock pieces and layering all the beautiful colors and textures with Distress Oxide inks. It really adds depth and personality to each little piece. The Hickory Smoke, Lost Shadow, and Black Soot blend together so perfectly, giving our mummy that worn, spooky feel like he's just risen from an ancient tomb. Okay, here you see me going in with the Black Soot, and you can really see how it transforms the die cuts even more. It makes such a big difference. The deep dark edges give them that perfect distressed look, adding a spooky worn effect that's just right for this Halloween project. And let's be real, I love getting inky like this. It's one of my favorite parts of crafting. There's something so satisfying about blending those colors and watching the project come to life in your hands. Let's keep adding that grungy, spooky vibe to the mummy. It's going to be spooktacular when it's done. Now it's time to break out my trusty Barely Arts glue and reverse tweezers to start piecing together our spooky dancing mummy. This is where the magic really starts to happen as we assemble all those die cut pieces. I love using Barely Arts glue for projects like this. It's got that super fine tip that's perfect for adding just the right amount of glue to the tiniest details without making a mess. Plus it dries nice and clear, which is exactly what we need for something as intricate as our mummy. The reverse tweezers come in so handy for this step. When you're dealing with tiny arms, legs, and those mummy wrappings, the tweezers help you grab and position everything perfectly without getting your fingers in the way. We've already double layered the legs for some extra sturdiness, so now we're ready to carefully assemble everything, making sure each piece is perfectly in place. This mummy is so cute, and it's such a blast to put together. I'm having so much fun with it. I seriously can't wait for you to see it on the card with those googly eyes. They add the perfect touch of playful, spooky fun and really bring the mummy to life. They really do. It's going to be front and center, ready to dance across the card and steal the show. I'm so excited for the final look. It's all coming together so perfectly. Just a few more pieces to glue on, and this cute little mummy will be all set to go. We're almost there, just adding the finishing touches to bring it all together. It's always so satisfying to see everything come to life with those final details. Once these last pieces are in place, our mummy will be ready to dance its way onto our Halloween card. You'll need a thick round piece of adhesive to make those mummy legs really come to life, ready to dance right off the card. I picked up this adhesive years ago at my local Hobby Lobby, and it's perfect for adding that creepy movement we want for our interactive cards. Stick it in the middle of the legs there like you see me doing, and this will help get the legs to move. So watch as they get ready to wiggle and groove like a mummy coming back from the crypt. For the body, I'm using 2 more pieces of adhesive to secure it down so the legs can do their spooky dance without the whole mummy shifting around. Now we're getting ready to place him front and center onto the card panel, right where he belongs. You can already see why trimming down the card panel earlier was so important. You will see once I adhere this card panel to the card base, the bold black margin is the perfect spooky frame, making our mummy pop and adding that eerie Halloween vibe. It's googly eye time, y'all. This is one of my favorite parts. It really brings the character to life. Oh, sorry it's getting out of focus there a little bit. And it adds that perfect touch of spooky fun. We're going to stick those googly eyes right on our mummy's face, and suddenly it's like he's watching you as he dances across the card. It adds a little playful Halloween magic, making him even more adorable and eerie at the same time. Let's get those eyes on and give our mummy some personality. Now it's time to attach the card panel to the card base, and I'm loving that nice black margin we created earlier. It really frames the design and makes everything pop, giving the card that extra spooky touch. And that's a wrap, ghouls and goblins. Thank you so much for crafting along with me. I've had such a blast making these Halloween cards this season. I can't wait to see you again next time for even more crafty fun. Until next season, stay spooky and keep creating. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Alright, y'all. I had to bring him one more time because he wasn't really dancing when I did the final reveal before. But here we go. I wanted to show you how he moves his legs. Check that out. Isn't that fun? It really is neat. He's swaying back and forth. And I wanted to give one more look at all that shimmer and shine. It's so cool. I was really in love with how this turned out. So I wanted to give that one more final look so you all can see it dance. Alright, thanks again. That wraps up today's Halloween card making fun. I hope you loved this spooky project as much as I did. If you're feeling inspired, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on all the crafty goodness coming your way. Thank you so much for joining me on this hauntingly fun journey. Your support means the world to me. Until next time, stay spooky, stay crafty, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.